and you're watching... forget it. Here's Mike and Jason.
Welcome!
Hey, we're here.
We are here for another movie review. And this time we're reviewing a movie. You got the movie?
Nope.
Where did I put the movie we were reviewing? Where was it? I remember. There we go. Frightners. Frightners. Yes. Frightners. Frightners. Directed by Peter Jackson. Yeah!
Go Pete. Love Pete.
This is the director's cut edition that I own. I bought it used, so I don't have the cool cover with the 3D image on it. So that's kind of a bummer. One of these days I'll get it. They just did this on Blu-ray too, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably are.
I'm never mistaken. So, really great movie. Was really bummed that it wasn't more successful than it was.
Totally did not do so well.
No, not well at all. And I think it was a combination of like, it had Robert Zemeckis' name on it and Michael J. Fox is in it, so everybody was wanting a Back to the Future but with ghosts. You didn't really get that. The humor is way more dark in this than it was in, say, Back to the Future or what have you. Plus, I think as far as the story goes, it was way ahead of its time, even for the year
1996.
96. The film was way ahead of its time for that year. So, because it's a little out there, it's a little on the who ha ha what side, you know. But basically, it's about Michael J. Fox. Marty McFly himself is going back to the ghosts. And he was in this. I'm trying. This is me. Yes,
I know.
Anyway, he can see ghosts. So what does he do with this superpower? He fights crime in the streets of New Zealand, and he shoots ghost webbing from his wrists.
No.
I watched this the same night I watched Spider-Man. No, what he does with this power is that he decides he's going to con the people of this small little town by making them think that their houses are haunted by ghosts, but it's really, you know, a black guy that died in the 70s and some nerdy guy that died in the 50s and that like pukes up ectoplasm, but that's another part of the story. Anyway, those ghosts will go in and make it look like that person's house is haunted, and then they call up Michael J. Fox and like, Frank Bannister, come and help us. And then Frank Bannister shows up and he's like, oh boy, it's a big one. It's bad this time of year, blah blah blah. And he pulls out this toaster and, you know, it pops out this little baggy thing like, oh, here you go, there's your ghost. There you go. But amongst all that, people in this little town are randomly dying from heart attacks. But you know, a lot of these people don't show any signs of heart disease when they, you know, cut them open and it's like, oh, and what's going on? So you come find out there's this like mysterious Grim Reaper character that's going around killing everybody and reaching in, squeezing their hearts and stealing the souls and stuff. So, and then amongst all that, there's a third plot point of like this, of like Dee Wallace Stone, who's like trapped in this house by her mother, and like the mother's like, she's evil, I can't let her out of the house, you know. But and you come to find out that she was the boyfriend of this guy who wanted to be a serial killer and beat the world record for serial killing. And you know what? You gotta give Jake Busey a little bit of kudos. You know, he had a goal, he had a dream, he developed a plan, he had ambition, and he followed through. Even after death, he followed through. And to that, Jake, we give you the okay symbol. And so then, you know, Michael J. Fox, Frank Bannister, and then this chick must find out what's going on. They do, and then they fight ghosts and stuff, and it's pretty cool. You know, the special effects for 1996. Pretty revolutionary on the CGI front, and it was a great mix of CGI and practical. So really great effects. I really enjoy the effects, even for CGI. They did a really good job with it. They did a really good job building the world of building this world of explaining the rules of how it works with when you're a ghost and stuff. And like sometimes like whoop, you fall through a floor. You just do. You gotta learn how to maneuver as a ghost and stuff like that. And that all stuff's pretty cool. And so yeah, probably my favorite character in the film is the old cowboy, the sheriff ghost in the film, played by one of my all-time faves, John Astin, who, in my opinion, you could put him in anything and it's gold. Yes, and I even mean the Killer Tomato sequels. Yeah. I also think another thing that kind of held this film back is that is a movie made for an American audience by an American studio, but it was made by a New Zealand director who still shot it in New Zealand and had a lot of New Zealand nuances. Not saying that's a bad thing, but the general American audience couldn't wrap their head around that this really, it doesn't look like an American town. They weren't driving really American model cars, you know. It just looked weird to us uncultured Americans. Could have used more gore, you know? I mean, because this is a film that followed up, well, it followed up Heavenly Creatures, right? Heavenly Creatures was before. But we're still coming off of the high of films like Bad Taste and Dead Alive and Meet the Feebles.
Yeah, this is a very mainstream. Just trying to get in there a little more, so I mean, more gore would have probably not been good, but we want it because we know he can give it.
Yeah, give it to us. And the fact that it was produced by Robert Zemeckis also I love, because I'm a huge Robert Zemeckis fan. And the thing is like, in my mind, those are the two titans there of people, of filmmakers who really know how to do special effects in both a practical and in CGI. You know, if I hear a movie is going to be chock full of CGI, forget James Cameron. James Cameron, suck it. You know, in my opinion, those are the two that know how to really work with CGI and digital effects, hands down. But definitely check out Frightners. This director's cut's really cool. It definitely has a ton of extra scenes that was not seen in the theatrical or the original DVD release. And I'm hoping that Blu-ray is the director's cut. I'm gonna have to go back and double check that, but I'm hoping the Blu-ray is also the director's cut, so that would be lame if it wasn't. If it wasn't even at least the director's cut. But it's got this sweet ass making of, like, full-length feature documentary that goes through the whole thing. Even talks about scenes and effects that didn't even make it to shooting. So it was really, really good. Has an amazing commentary track by Pete himself, which is awesome. Pete's just a dude I want to hang with. You know, Pete, call me up. We're hanging, okay? We'll do Taco John's, okay? I forgot to mention Jeffrey Combs, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he stole the show for me.
Yeah, he might. Yeah.
I think, yeah, Jeffrey Combs, yeah. Plays the FBI agent, Dammers, I think his name was.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was awesome. That was the performance from hell on that guy. Just total neurotic character, you know, just like always on edge, and oh, it was awesome. And like, and again, listening to the commentary track on this, you find out that Jeffrey Combs really jumped into his character. I mean, like, the look of his character was a lot of Jeffrey Combs. It was Jeffrey Combs' idea to kind of like do some prosthetics to make his ears pop out more. And that was Jeffrey Combs' thing. I mean, that was, I mean, just goes to show Jeffrey Combs is a genius actor. He needs to be in more films. I was really hoping, like, him being in a major studio film like Frightners would have put him, like, into the spotlight. You know, just like, you know, Travolta in Pulp Fiction kind of revived his career. You know, because Quentin Tarantino took a chance, and Peter Jackson took a chance with Jeffrey Combs, but then the film didn't work out so much for anybody. It's a bummer because it's awesome.
So good.
Awesome film. And in the film, like, Michael J. Fox kind of has a couple out-of-body experiences to battle the ghosts, you know, the bad guy ghosts, and so he kind of has an out-of-body experience, which I can do. I can do that.
What?
I have the ability to travel outside of my body and project myself as a ghost.
What?
I can. I'm a ghost right now. I'm not really here. I have been projected myself outside of my body. It's really easy to do. All you have to really do is cut off the air to the brain, and when you do that, you know, you kind of slip back.
Have you been doing that erotic asphyxiation again? Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe a little. I'll prove it to you. Prove it to you. I'm a ghost and I'm not really here. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna disappear and I'll come back. And I'll prove it to you that I'm really a ghost.
How are you gonna do that?
Well, first of all, you gotta hold the movie for me because I gotta.
How'd you do that?
Dude, ghost with the most. So until next time, my friends, I'm Insane Mike.
I'm Jason.
And be sure to check out Frightners. And while you're at it, come on down to Insane Asylum, where we'll give you the finger.
Raping you over